prayer minds before we take the Lord's Supper this morning. I'll be taking my Lord's Supper talk from Matthew 16:13 through 20. When Jesus came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Who do men say I am, the Son of Man am?" So they said, "Some say John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others, Jeremiah or one of the prophets." He said to them, "But who do you say I am?" Simon Peter answered and said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus answered and said to him, "Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." Then he commanded his disciples that they should not tell no one that he was Jesus the Christ. Jesus called himself the Son of God throughout the Gospels. The disciples and apostles identified Jesus as the Son of God. Jesus states that he was with God before the world began. Paul calls Jesus the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. In the book of Hebrews, it says that God has spoken to us by his Son, whom he appointed heir of all things, and through whom he made the universe. The Son is a radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being, sustaining all things by his powerful word. The Apostle John tells us that Jesus is the only begotten Son, not the only Son, but the only begotten Son, because we are all sons of God by faith in Christ Jesus. Thus, we are adopted sons of God. From the Scriptures, we see that in Christ the invisible God is revealed. Jesus was with the Father before the world began. Christ, as God the Son, is the creator of all things. God in all his fullness dwelt in Christ, reconciling the world. We see that Christ, as the Son of God, God's representation, is God manifest and revealed to the world. Angels, prophets, and things can be revealed to us, can reveal to us something about God, but God alone can reveal God. It takes God to reveal himself to mankind. What better way for the eternal revealer to reveal to mankind on earth than by clothing himself in human form? When we partake of the Lord's Supper, we partake in memory of Jesus, but we also memorialize God. Please think on these things before you partake this morning.